guys, good morning. Welcome back to another vlog. I got myself together a little bit. I did my hair, trying to set my hair so I can get on with the rest of my day. I am missing a nail, don't come for me, okay? But welcome back to another vlog. Today's vlog is going to be a little bit different because, as you guys can see by the title, I do want to open up and share a little bit more about a side of my life that I've told y'all about a million times, but I haven't really told y'all about and gone in depth on how it affects me. So yeah, I just wanted to open up a little bit today and share that side of my life, what it looks like, what I struggle with, because June is Lipedema Awareness Month, if you guys aren't aware. So I figure because I do have a little small platform here on YouTube, why not share my story as well? Because like I told y'all, in the monthly reset video, like I probably watched all the videos there is on YouTube about lipedema, and I've yet to come across someone who looks like me, who is in my age group, who is dealing with this. And a lot of the information, if you type in like lipedema or lipedema vlog right now on YouTube, a lot of the information out there is more like informational instead of like relatable content around that topic. So I just wanted to put my little 2 cents in there and share my story with you guys. So I hope that you guys enjoy today's vlog. Lipedema is a chronic disorder that causes fat and connective tissue to build up in the lower body, usually the legs, hips, calves, and or the arms. People often confuse it with having obesity or cellulite. Now let me pause and say that although I do have lipedema, I am also obese, meaning if I didn't have lipedema, I would still be considered obese. Weight loss is a separate journey I'm working through right now, but in my specific case, I do have both. Lipedema fat can't be lost with diet and exercise, unlike normal fat. I'm affected in my legs, my calves, hips, and arms. The cause of my lipedema is hereditary, as is the case in 20 to 60% of women who have this disease. The cause of lipedema is unknown and there is no cure. 11 out of every 100 women are affected worldwide. Studies have shown lipedema may be linked to hormonal changes and can worsen during puberty, pregnancy, or menopause. If left untreated, it will worsen over time. So I'm about to put some clothes on so I can go for my morning walk, but I know after that I need to go to the store to pick up a few things. So this is a part of like my process, and I feel like it's normal to plan out what you're going to wear for the day based off what's going on. But for me, I think I take it to the extreme because of my lipedema. For example, if I was just going for my morning walk, I would feel comfortable wearing my leggings because I'm only going to be around those group of people on my walk and then I'm coming back home. But if I know that I'm going for a walk and I have other things to do throughout the day, then I'll wear my yoga pants because I just don't feel comfortable. That's one thing that y'all probably don't know. I don't wear certain things out in public. So leggings, shorts, skirts, a lot of stuff I don't wear out in public. Most of the time, if I'm going out, I wear boot cut, flare, wide leg jeans, or boot cut, flare, wide leg pants because it makes me feel more comfortable. I feel like I'm covering up the areas that I'm affected so that I feel most comfortable and I don't have to deal with people like staring at me or just that uncomfortableness that could possibly come with being more open about how my legs look and stuff, especially now that it's getting hotter. Like shorts and skirts and all of that would be ideal. I would wear those things, but I haven't worn shorts out in public since, I can't tell y'all the last time I've worn shorts out in public. So that's just like a part of what I deal with. Like certain things as far as clothing is off limits for me. Now I wear shorts and all that, leggings and all that around the house all day long, but y'all, your girl be suffering in summertime. That's why I think for the longest, like summer has not been my season because I can't wear normal summer clothing items. Like if I didn't have lipedema and I had the same body, like with my legs and everything, but I just didn't have like the swelling in my ankles, I would be wearing shorts and skirts and all that all summer long, but that's just not the case for me. And even when I'm trying to get ready to go somewhere that I haven't been before, like if me and some friends are going out to dinner or whatever, I need to know the name of the restaurant, the location, and all of that because I need to pre-plan what I'm going to wear based on the location of where we're going. And like I said, I feel like that is a normal thing to do, but it's not normal for me because it's to the extreme. I will wear small chunky heels from time to time if I have like a long jumpsuit or long pants that'll cover my ankles but will show my toes. I will wear that, but because of the pain in my feet and my legs, my ankles, I know that if there's a long walk to get to the destination, I can't wear my low heels. I have to wear like flatter, comfortable, more comfortable shoes. This is how like overly complicated it gets for me. I really don't like that I'm like this, but like I said, being prepared and just kind of knowing what to expect and dressing accordingly and whatever makes me feel most confident helps my anxiety levels go down when I'm out in public. So that for me is something that I have to do. I can't not do this. So let me put my clothes on so I can get on with the rest of my day. Growing up, I looked like any other kid, skinny with a big head. I didn't start feeling, quote, different until middle school, which is also when puberty hit. My legs and ankles were getting bigger, so I wore oversized fleece jackets and baggy jeans to, quote, hide myself, hence no pictures from this era. Over the years, I did end up gaining a bit more confidence and just chalked it up to having a larger bottom half. Y'all know that was like a thing back then, being thick, okay? So I just chalked it up to being thick, and most of the women in my family had the same shape, so I figured it was just normal. Fast forward to 18, I'm working my first retail job and I start experiencing pain, extreme swelling to the point my shoes couldn't even fit. It was a chronic feeling of aching, heaviness, inflammation, and fatigue from my knees to my ankles. So I started to research what was going on with me. Now, mind you, this is 2013 maybe. So there's not much information out there about lipedema, and social media wasn't as prevalent as it is now. So there weren't many people sharing their stories either. The World Health Organization just recognized lipedema as a disease in 2018. So we've come a long way, but we have a long way to go. Anyway, at that time, I thought the pain was because of my flat feet. So I went to a podiatrist, and that's the first time I ever heard the word lipedema. So it's been a journey of research and discovery ever since. That's it for today's walk. I'm gonna walk my butt back to the car and that's a wrap. But I'm so proud of myself. I used to get really anxious going for walks, going to the gym, because I will always be fearful that people would be staring at me or looking and laughing at me because of the way that I walk. I have a slight little wobble. So that always used to be like a fear of mine, especially in this day and age with people just photographing you and taking videos of you, and the next thing you know, you're a meme. So that's always been a slight fear of mine, going out in public spaces. But like I was telling y'all earlier, when I dress comfortably and I dress for the occasion, that really helps to lower my anxiety so I can get what I need to get done. So as I've gotten older, I've learned how to navigate my lipedema and make it work for me. Y'all, I'm so sorry I'm sweating so hard. It's hot out here and I have this long sleeve on. I put the long sleeve on because it's raining. But yeah, it's just something I've learned to live with, and I just ignore all the negativity and ignore the negative thoughts and the negativity that I may experience out in public. And I try to stay locked in on my purpose for doing whatever it is that I'm doing. So right now I know that I'm walking because I need to lose weight and I need to get healthy. So when I am going for walks, it's like, you know what, even if people are staring at me, laughing at me, taking pictures of me, whatever, I know that me walking is good for me. That's what my purpose is for being out here, and that's what I'm going to accomplish. So I've really just been working on changing my mindset, and 9 times out of 10 people are not even paying attention or looking at you. Like, that's something that I've learned. Most people are not even paying attention to what you got on. They're trying to reach their goals as well. I wish I would have had this mindset in my 20s, but I'm glad that I've been able to build my confidence over time and learn how to navigate my thoughts, my actions, my outlook. So now I can go out, and not only am I doing what I need to do when I'm here, but I can smile at other people when they walk past. I can say good morning, and 9 times out of 10, you guys, the energy that you exude is the energy that you get back. And people are always friendly, always nice, always smiling, because that's the energy that I'm putting out there. It's those small mindset changes that make the biggest difference, because for so long, in my 20s especially, for so long, I would just automatically get angry when I saw someone staring at me, or just like get riled up internally, because I'm like, why are you staring at me? Why are you looking at me? And I programmed myself to believe that people would automatically reject me when I go into spaces, or people wouldn't accept me as I am. But like I said, now that I've gotten older and I've learned how to navigate it, change my mentality, I realized that ain't nobody looking at you, and 9 times out of 10 people could care less what you got going on, what you wearing, how you look. So yeah. My intention was to take this sweatshirt back off, but y'all, there's so much lint and stuff on my black shirt. There is no way I'm walking around with all that lint on a black shirt looking crazy. So I'm gonna have to keep this on. I know you're probably like, girl, like, are you hot or no? Yes, I'm burning up, but I ain't finna be going out like that, okay? I just realized this whole vlog, y'all are getting nothing but face, because I am not putting on makeup today. I am not. I'm gonna shower when I get home and, you know, prep my face, but I am not putting on makeup today. So this vlog is gonna be all natural face, but my skin has been looking a lot better lately, so I'm not mad at that at all. I tied my scarf back around my head so that my edges can set down a little bit before I go to the store and the farmer's market. So hopefully by the time I get over there, my hair will be set back in place, because baby, with this humidity and all this heat and me sweating and stuff, my hair was puffing up, okay? But when I was walking back over here to the car, I was just thinking about how I was in my 20s, y'all. God has done a lot of work on me, because when I was really thinking about how I used to be, in hindsight, I know that I was dealing with a lot of emotions. I was angry that I had to deal with having lipedema, not knowing how to navigate it, kind of like in a woe is me phase, like, Lord, like, why am I dealing with this? Why do I have to deal with this? Like, why can't I just be how I want to be, wear what I want to wear, experience what I want to experience without any inhibitions? And part of me back then felt like I was robbed of like living the life that I wanted to. So I was just angry. Like, somebody would stare at me, I'm like y'all, I would have a whole 2-minute stare down with somebody, because in my head back then, I'm like, how dare you stare at me, or how dare you look at me like you think you're better than me? So somebody stare at me, y'all, like, I kid you not, like, I would stare so long until the other person would just have to walk away or turn around. Like, but nowadays I'm not even checking if someone's staring at me. I could care less. If you want to go right ahead, waste 2 minutes of your life, I don't care. Back then I was so angry, and I would project all my anger out on other people if I felt like they were disrespecting me in some way in relation to the way that I look. So yeah, my 20s was a whole lot, but I know that I was just dealing with a lot and I didn't understand my condition. And that's the thing with lipedema, it's such a complex disease. So it affects you physically, but it's also affecting you mentally in ways that I don't think people understand. Like, it affects how you look at yourself, how you view others, and it's such a whirlwind of emotions that you have to kind of go through and process before you get to the point of accepting yourself the way that you are. So yeah, like, especially in my early 20s, I was just going through a lot of mental anguish because I was trying to be your typical, you know, young adult, trying to figure out life, trying to figure out what I want to do with life, and you know what I mean, trying to navigate relationships and all of that, all while having to deal with this disease that I didn't know much about, that I didn't feel like I could talk to other people about. So it was just a rough time for me. Having lipedema affected my whole persona and how I felt about myself. I'm 20 years old, trying to figure out who I am and what I want to do with my life, trying to learn things about myself as a woman and femininity, all while dealing with this condition. I felt restricted, like I couldn't experience life the way I wanted to. All my friends would get excited about what dress and heels they were wearing to the lounge, and I couldn't experience that. It broke down my self-confidence and self-worth. It's a big reason why I stopped posting on Instagram, because I didn't feel pretty anymore. I didn't like my body and I didn't feel worthy of being seen. All of this spiraled into me having bouts of depression, which affected other areas of my life. Studies show that 85% of women affected with lipedema suffer with some type of mental health disorder like depression or anxiety, and can also have vitamin D deficiencies, and that was the case with me. Just left the farmer's market, about to go in here to Publix. When I was in the, where's that? The scent bird scent it. When I was in the farmer's market, before I went in, I doused myself in the scent bird scent. And when I was in line, I was, mind you, I was having a full-blown conversation with the cashier, and I kept hearing this lady say, "Hey, excuse me, hey, excuse me," but I didn't know that she was talking to me. And finally the cashier stopped talking, so I turned around and she was like, what you got on? And I was like, oh, I don't know what the name of the scent is, but it's from Scentbird. But it's this scent, y'all. It's called Mind Games, the Forward. This does smell really good, and I don't know if it's because I sprayed so much or what, but they were like, oh yeah, that smells good. So if y'all need a good scent, get your hands on that one. This is not sponsored, I'm just letting y'all know what scent I have on. I love when I get compliments on how I smell. Like, that's one of the best compliments you can give somebody, in my opinion. Like, oh girl, you smell good, like what you got on? Oh, let me put you on, girl. I do want to say, as I'm talking about this, like, everyone's lipedema experience is different. Like, if you know someone that's dealing with it or whatever, everyone's experience is different. This is just from my perspective, my experience with it. So keep that in mind. Some people don't care. Some people don't experience pain. There's different stages of it. So I do want to make sure to put that blanket statement over this video, because some other people who are dealing with lipedema may not feel the same way that I do. But surprisingly, I have not had any issues when it comes to relationships, both like friendships and dating relationships. I have never had any issues. I've always experienced nothing but positivity and support whenever I do talk about it, or whenever I, you know, tell whoever I'm with or a friend, like, hey, like, I can't do this because of this, or, you know, whatever it is in relation to my lipedema that I'm going through. Whenever I do share, the people that have been around me in the past have been very supportive. So I'm very grateful for that, because I know sometimes if you have bad experiences with people, it can make you jaded and change your perspective. The only thing that has ever happened to me when I was dating that I remember is I was at my old apartment, and my boyfriend at the time was over. We were watching TV and stuff, and I was just walking around barefooted, and he was looking at, like, when I turned around, I caught him looking at me, and I was like, what are you looking at? And he was like, I was just looking at your ankles. And I was like, why? And he was like, it just looks painful. And that kind of like, at the time, that kind of bothered me, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I have to wear slippers. I never like want to make people feel uncomfortable in my presence, so that did bother me a little bit. But I wouldn't say that's like a negative dating experience. That's just like, I guess, how he felt about it, or how he felt that it looked. So it is what it is. Yeah, I am self-conscious around like people that I don't know. That's why I was telling y'all earlier, like in the house, I'll go walking around barefooted without any slippers on. I wear shorts, I'll wear whatever, because I feel comfortable in that space and with my like immediate family. But people outside of my immediate family, no, I do not walk around barefooted. Like I always have slippers on or something covering me, because I'm just not at that point yet, and that's what makes me feel comfortable. But in my current dating relationship, it's been really good. Like he's been supportive of it. I made sure to let him know like by the second or third date, like, hey, like this is what I'm dealing with, this is how it affects me, so that you're aware of what I'm going through. And he said he didn't care at all. So I've had nothing but positive dating experiences like my entire life with it. Whenever I do tell whoever I'm dating about my struggle, they're like, okay, and like they really don't care. It does bring up some insecurities sometimes, like certain things I don't feel comfortable doing. Like for instance, me and Bay, we were talking about possibly making some summer plans, and he brought up going to the beach. And as he was talking about the beach and the pool and all that, in my head I'm just thinking about, okay, like how am I going to make this work, because I don't get in the water, I don't wear swimsuits, so how am I going to make this work? So at the end of him talking about what he wanted to do, I told him, I said, hey, like, you know, I want to go, I would love to go, but just know I'm probably not going to be getting in the water. Like unless it's a private pool, I won't be getting in the pool. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. But I would still love to go to the beach, put my feet in the water, all of that. But I'm just letting you know that I'm not gonna be in the ocean, in the pool. We talked about it and all that, but yeah, I'm not at a point yet where I feel comfortable wearing a bathing suit in front of other people at the beach. I'm just not at that point yet. I hope that I will get there, but I'm not there right now. And the same thing for the pool. So it does suck, but like I said, I have to preserve myself and just do what I feel comfortable with and make the best out of the situation for now. That's all I can do. So hopefully I'll get to that point one day, but I'm not there yet. If we had a private pool or a private jacuzzi, I will be wearing a bathing suit all day, because I'm with someone that I feel comfortable with and there's no one else around. But whenever you add in like other people into the equation, that's when my anxiety gets heightened and I have to navigate the situation accordingly. So yeah, let me go ahead and get to Publix. By the way, my legs feel pretty good right now. Like I can go about 30 to 45 minutes walking or standing before I start having pain. So 30 to 45 minutes is a sweet spot for me, because I can exercise and get a walk in and my legs and joints actually feel better. Like I don't feel as swollen. But if I go longer than that, standing or walking, after those 45 minutes, that's when I start experiencing pain and I get extreme swelling. So right now I'm feeling really good. I made it home, y'all. I'm about to put these groceries up, take a shower, and I'll pick y'all up when I'm done with it. I try to do dry brushing before I lay down to get the blood circulating. So I have my little dry brush here that I'll rub on my legs. Like I'll rub my legs just to get the blood circulating. And then this, I recently bought this like a month or two ago, and it really helps. Like I put this on my calves, my ankles, and my feet, and it really helps to keep that area like moisturized, especially on my calves. When they get inflamed, sometimes it becomes a little itchy in that area. So I've been putting on this ointment, and that does help a lot. I do like this a lot. It's not like a cure, of course, there is no cure for lipedema, but just some tools that I use to kind of help keep my skin moisturized in those areas, because I do bruise easily. That is something I like to use to keep my skin nice and moisturized and taken care of, and still take care of my body and my skin even though I'm dealing with this. There are some solutions or things you can do to help manage lipedema. You can do the manual lymphatic draining massages, water aerobics, I hear works really well to help manage it. Of course, your compression garments and elevating your legs, especially when you're sleeping. The thing about lipedema is the earlier you catch it, the better, because you can keep it from progressing to the next stage. So that's the whole key. If you think you have it, go to a doctor, get their opinion. If you have it, start implementing things like wearing your compression garments, elevating your legs so that you can manage it and keep it at that stage. I'm at a point where I'm at stage, I think 3. The last time I went for a consultation, they mentioned I was at stage 2, but I think I'm at stage 3 now, and this is a disease that gets worse over time. So in another 20 years, God forbid, if I'm still dealing with this without treating it, it won't look how it looks now. My legs will look bigger, and there will be more of that diseased tissue surrounding my legs. So if you have it, manage it at the stage that you have it so it won't progress. But I know y'all are probably like, Hannah, what happened to the surgery? Why don't you wear compression garments? There's a few reasons for that. The short answer, y'all, is that surgery is expensive. I've had 2 consultations with 2 different doctors, and from what I gather, even with insurance, I would still have to pay out of pocket about $15,000 to $20,000 for the surgery. So each of the doctors I spoke with said that for my particular surgery, because I do have a lot of diseased fat, that it would have to be split into 2 different procedures, and they would have to take a lot of fat off of my body. So it would be about $15,000 to $20,000. So that would include the surgery, the specialized compression garments I would need after surgery, accommodations, all of that. So yeah, that's the short answer to why I haven't gotten my surgery yet. It's just not in my budget, okay? That's just the truth of the matter. And you know, even for just a consultation, it's $300 to $500, you know what I mean? So this is not like a inexpensive thing to do. You do have some options financially. I think some clinics go through, like, what is it called? Care credit. Y'all know what I'm talking about, where you can finance the surgery, all that, of course. And then insurance nowadays does cover some of the procedures, but with the insurance that I had, they were still telling me I would have to pay out of pocket about $15,000. So it was like $7,500 per surgery I would have to pay out of pocket for. So that's the main reason why there's a holdup for me getting my surgery. And with the compression garments at the stage that I'm at, I just don't like wearing them. That's the short end of it. I know I should wear them. I know. But it's just very uncomfortable for me to wear compression garments. And at this point, I would need custom garments made because of how big my calves are. Custom garments, from what I researched for a good quality garment, can cost $800 on up. So, and I think it's more so me wanting to have some sense of normality. Like, I don't want to go to bed with wraps and garments and compression and elevation. I don't want to have to go to bed like that. So for me, I think it's just me being stubborn and just wanting some sense of normalcy in my life. Like, I just want to be able to get in the bed, feel comfortable in the bed. I'll elevate my feet with the pillow, but that's about it. So yeah, I'm working through that. But yeah, that is why y'all don't see me wearing like compression garments all the time and doing all this special stuff. I do want to invest in a at-home lymphatic drainage massage system. It's like I'll put a picture of it on the screen. I've heard that those really help just with circulation. Like, that's something that I would wear in the bed, or if I'm at home working and stuff like that, I would definitely wear those. I've heard they work really well just to keep your circulation going. But as far as wrapping and putting compressions on all the time, it's too hot for that. I don't got time for that, okay? Now, once I do get my surgery, then yes, I will wear the compressions and whatever I need to wear to maintain the results of the surgery. But as of now, pre-surgery, I know I'm gonna have to get surgery at some point, so I'm just gonna enjoy not having to wear compression while I can. But for sure, if I get the surgery, when I get the surgery, I will definitely wear my compression garments regularly so that I can maintain the results of the surgery and get a return on my investment at that point. So yeah, I just try to be grateful because it could always be worse. For the most part, I have my health, I have my mobility, so I cannot complain. I low-key feel like God made me this way for a reason, because Lord knows, like, if I didn't have this condition, I would have no inhibitions. I would probably be out in the streets, honey. Y'all would probably not see me on here, so so sometimes I feel like, you know what, Lord, thank you, because I don't know how I would be if I didn't have to struggle with this. And I think me having this condition has made me a lot wiser, more compassionate, more empathetic and understanding towards other people. So I thank him for that sometimes. Sometimes I do have my moments where I'm just humbled and I'm like, you know what, Lord, thank you. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it, but thank you, because I don't know how I would be if I didn't go through dealing with this condition. My hope is that other women dealing with this disease will seek the help that they need and get the help that you need before it gets worse. And I hope that you will advocate for your health and know that there's at least one person in the world that understands what you're going through. That's the whole point of me making this video, so that the one person, one or two people out there in the world that may be feeling how I felt or just going through the phases of having this disease will just know that, girl, I understand, I get it, okay? Just knowing that there's at least one other person out there in the world can sometimes make all the difference and can be very encouraging when you're dealing with something like this. Like, I've had some babes over my little YouTube career, some babes in the past who have DM'd me and was like, Hannah, like, sometimes it's hard for me to get out of bed. I've been at that point, because like I told y'all, sometimes it's just really hard to get out of bed and to have something to look forward to when you're dealing with this. It's like you can't just get up and put on what you want to wear and feel good about yourself sometimes. So I get it. It's hard mentally, it's hard physically. So yeah, if you guys want to chat, email me. Like I told y'all, I will attempt to get back on Instagram, but in the meantime, if you guys are struggling with this, or if you guys have questions or whatever, DM me on Instagram, email me, and I'll be happy to chat with y'all about it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the video down in the comments. I know this is like a different video than what we normally do, but I did want to put my little two-piece out there and share a little bit of my story with y'all. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, share the video with someone that you feel would benefit from this information, and I will see you guys in the next one.